This is awesome. Also, you can call this a crash of rhino, another collective noun for rhinos. Very apt name. They literally are like the tanks of the bush. It's not uncommon for rhinos to be active at night time. Obviously, being so big, they're not really threatened by predators, so they can afford to graze along for quite a while still. Also, it's obviously much cooler at night, although to be honest with you, at the moment it's still quite almost an oppressing sort of humid heat around us here. But typically speaking, your white rhinos are less active at night than your black rhinos. So just as a slight distinction between the different species, the white rhinos tend to be more active in the daytime compared to your black rhino, even though they will be active for a few hours at night. Black rhinos are well known for being very active around night time as well. I have to correct myself, I'm not sure, because unfortunately the other day when we saw these rhino, I'm fairly sure it's the same ones, we couldn't sex all of them properly. At least one of these is a female, 2 of them are males, and then the 4th one I'm still unsure about. I haven't been able to get a good look. It looked like it might have been a female as well, so excuse me if I might have mixed up the sexes of 1 or 2 of them, but it's more just because of circumstances and when and how much you can see of them. Physically, in appearance, not that much of a difference. Obviously, you have to look from that angle. This is a bull. The female, you can normally see 2 mammary glands. They've only got 2 teats. Of course, you can also see the vulva with the females if they lift their tails up. But typically, in terms of shape and form, not a major difference. I mean, even in places where you see a lot of rhino, you can never quite tell the difference just by looking at them. As a general sort of rule of thumb, your females tend to have longer, thinner horns the older they get. So a really old white rhino female will have a very long front horn, nice and thin like a spear, and your bulls tend to have slightly more chunky horns because they use those horns for horn wrestling as well. And there goes the bull. Others also disappearing into the thicker bush there. Fantastic view of them. I'm not going to try and follow them now because it's getting thicker, and they often respond more to noise and disturbance like that. So I think we're going to enjoy the view we had of them. We're going to head back to camp. We're still quite a few kilometers out, so there's still a chance of bumping into something else. There's always things walking around at night. Well, we have seen the 2 biggest of the big 5. Oh, sorry. 2 biggest or the 2 heaviest of the big 5. Actually, the 3 biggest. I don't know what's going on with my brain tonight. Maybe it's been a bit too hot today. Buffalo. Close the attacking branch. topic. Bless you. Bug in the mouth. Stink bug in the mouth, that's the best of the lot. Tastes disgusting for about 3 hours. Well, gotten to that time of the evening where we're around the corner from the camp. The night drive is towards its end. Really glad we got those rhinos at the end. It's a nice bonus. Not a member of the Big Five we see all that often, so fantastic to see them. And thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you for being understanding with a few little sound hiccups we had earlier. Hopefully that ghost will go away tonight and never come back. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning bright and early. Yep, there's some insects on me here. Just after sunrise, 5:30, we'll be out there driving around, looking around and sharing the wild African bush with you all live, all here at Djuma Game Reserve. So have a fantastic evening, morning, day, afternoon, wherever you might be, and we'll see you tomorrow. From myself, Peter, from Rory on camera, and Haley back in the live control center. See you in the morning. Cheers.